What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about CCIV. So this stock has run up upon the rumor that they were going to be merging with Lucid Motors, aka the next Tesla. So upon this rumor, the stock has gone up quite a lot. And since then, which was actually yesterday, there was a report by Cnbc saying that this merger is no longer going to happen. So if this merger doesn't happen, you could definitely see CCIV hit that $10-11 mark. But today I'm going to be talking to you guys about why this report is fake and why it's all false. I definitely have some evidences and I have the clip to show you guys, as well as I have multiple evidences and links that Lucid Motors will be merging with CCIV. I have proof that Lucid Motors want to go public, as well as why CCIV is the only Spac stock that makes sense to go ahead and merge with Lucid. So there is one other Spac stock that does make sense and could be possible, but I will be ruling that out because I do have some evidences and I will definitely be explaining those evidences to you guys. If you could please leave a like and subscribe, that would be highly appreciated. So for this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the CNBC report. It's going to be David Faber talking to Jim Cramer, and please pay attention to David Faber's face expressions. He literally hates SPAC stocks. If you do any research on him or watch any of his videos, he hates SPAC stocks. He hates the idea that retail investors get free money and get to be able to purchase these companies at a ground level. And here you go, the clip, and just please pay attention that he states no facts or no evidence at all. And this is literally all opinion based, but all these articles are starting to go ahead and run with it because it gets them more clicks and more revenue. So here's the clip.
Also priced a $900 million SPAC. I heard it's 13 times oversubscribed. Can you imagine that? 13 times. It's not like they got a business model. They got nothing. They just, and there's Churchill. I want to get to that in a minute. But, you know, that's where we stand right now, where people are just willing to pay up. Let me just get in. Now, in this case, those guys are fairly well thought of, and so there is an expectation that they're going to do a good deal. Speaking of deals, you saw Churchill. We just brought that up. That was the second largest SPAC of all time in terms of what they raised, second only to Ackman's. Look at the move that has made. This is on that Bloomberg story from last week. It said they were reportedly in talks with Lucid. Remember, Lucid is that EV maker out of Saudi Arabia, really, or at least backed by the Saudis, making incredibly expensive cars. I went through them here. Of course, I can't find it, but you know, up to 150,000, if not more, in terms of their cost. They do charge more quickly. Very much unclear, though, at this point whether they're going to reach a deal. That's kind of what I wanted to share here.
It's the hottest stock in the market.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Klein, Andrew Liveris involved, the Saudis. He advised both of them in his other role as a longtime banker. So, yes, no doubt there were relationships there. But getting to a deal here where it would be a transaction through which they would use Churchill to go public at Lucid. What I'm hearing is don't necessarily jump to conclusions at this point based on that Bloomberg story from last week. And I'm going to continue to follow that, and we'll see where that stands. Yeah, it's not, no way is it a done deal. No way.
The stock's up huge on that.
Huge, and that's why I mentioned it. The stock is up enormously, Jim, at this point.
I said to buy it on Lightning Round last night because I thought that story was spot on and loose.
Well, you know, again, just because you're talking doesn't mean that you're going to get a deal done. By the way, they do have 3 cars coming to market. The Air Grand Touring this summer, $131,000. The Air Touring late 2021, $87,000, and the Air Pure at $69,000 early 2022. Carl. By the way, the Acacia deal's out, Carl. We can tell people 115, as we told them. Cisco renegotiating a transaction that had it buying it originally at 70, but they didn't get that Chinese antitrust approval in a timely manner. Now it costs them 115.
So as you could see, there's literally no evidence. There's literally nothing that he stated. And you could make the decision for yourself whether you believe it or not, but that was basically the clip. Now, to go further into it, and what it is basically that Lucid Motors opened some new jobs, and it was the SEC reporting manager, the direct investor relations, and the analyst investor relations. So they opened up 3 new positions in order to go public. and they want to go public as soon as possible because they are releasing their cars in summer 2021, end of 2021, and as well in 2022. So they need to get as much capital as possible to make the process a lot easier for them. And for those of you guys that don't know, right here, SEC reporting manager at Lucid Motors, the job is no longer available because it's already been filled. So, and it gets a lot better. So then the next thing I want to talk about is I do have a clip for this that I will be showing in this video as well. The next evidence is basically that they were holding a virtual conference on Zoom with the CEO of Church Capitals, which is CCIV. And basically, before the conference even started, the host of the show was basically saying how he cannot state anything about this rumor due to certain rules and regulation, and he's not allowed to state anything. And later on in the show, when he was asked questions, he literally refused to comment on this question. And it says, now readers should note that as per the SEC rules, Mr. Klein can't confirm the merger until a letter of intent has been filed within the SEC. So the CEO only had two options. Either one, he could deny the rumor, or two, he could provide a no comment answer. And what he decided to do is say no comment. Let's say the company was definitely not going to merge and they had no talks. He would just simply say, no, we're not going to be merging with them, or we have no talks with them. But he decided to say no comment because they're clearly talking with each other. And if this isn't enough evidence, I'm going to show you guys first the clip. And if this is still not enough evidence, I'm going to give you guys something that links these two even more. And here goes the clip.
Michael, who I will introduce in a second. Before I do that, I have to address an elephant in the room. I've received emails from no fewer than 50 or 60 of you asking about a specific news report from Bloomberg. Yesterday, I just spoke to Michael, and unfortunately, he is in a difficult position and cannot address that at all, but we have plenty of other good things to talk about. Michael has...
So if that still isn't enough evidence and you're still not convinced and you want more evidence, here you go. So Andrew Liveris, I'm probably butchering his name, but he is linked with the company. And essentially, if you guys don't know, Lucid Motors is owned somewhere between 51% to 67%. They're a majority owner of Lucid Motors. And basically, it is owned by the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Andrew is actually the operating manager of CCIV, so he's the operating manager of the Spac company. He is the chairman and board, he's the chairman of the board for Lucid Motors. And he has now been named the special advisor to Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, PIF, which is literally the owner of, or the majority stake owner of Lucid Motors. And basically, he has helped Saudis in the past, and he has brought Aramco IPO to the market. So because of that relationship with Saudi Arabia, the prince went ahead and took him on to be the advisor for him. And the Saudi prince basically wants to diversify his portfolio and not just stick to only oil, where the Saudis are known for. So now that this guy has a hand on the Saudis, the prince, the Saudi, he has a hand in Lucid Motors and CCIV that literally connects all three of the companies together. And then lastly would be Lucid Motors needs a lot of cash and they need to merge with a big SPAC company. And there's only 3 big SPAC companies I could think of: CCIV, GHIV, and PSTH. So CCIV isn't linked with anyone. GHIV is linked with United Wholesale Mortgage, which they are going to be going they're going to be merging soon. They have a vote coming up. I believe it's January 20th. I do have a video that I did make on that if you guys want to watch. And the third company is PSTH. So GHIV is out of the picture. It's between PSTH or CCIV. Now, the reason why I'm ruling out PSTH is because one, okay, so these guys have $4 billion to spend and are looking for a matured company. They're not interested in a growth stock company. So Lucid Motors is a growth stock company. They are compared to Tesla, and they have a lot of room to grow. They have so much things to do because it's electric vehicle. It is a growing space. So they want to merge with a matured company with lots of revenue, and they currently have named some listed targets, which is Bloomberg, Stripe, Starlink, which is owned by SpaceX, or it's a division of SpaceX, and I've even heard rumors of them linking with either Subway or Chick-fil-A. So they want something with high revenue that they could bring public to the market. So at that end, with that conclusion, CCIV is the only SPAC company I could think of with large capital. So how do you guys want to trade this? You guys could either, one, go ahead and buy it at this price. If it does happen and it is true, then you'll probably double or triple your money. If it doesn't become true, you'd lose about 40%. The stock price would go down to about $11 to $10. You lose about 40% of your investment. So I would suggest to just put in money that you're willing to risk, because this stuff hasn't not been confirmed, but there is huge growth potential. If you guys do want me to do another video on a specific company, please let me know. Or if you guys want me to find some inside information for a specific company, let me know, and I could see what I could find for you guys. If you guys want more details about Lucid Motors and what the company is all about, I could definitely make a video. Just leave it in the comments and I will get back to you guys. Peace.